What is good, double leg premium members? We're gonna rip this exclusive show for UFC Vegas 72. We're gonna get this out to you. We won't waste any time, but these are the premium picks for UFC Vegas 72. If you're watching this before, we're gonna give a little bit of an explanation of why we took the picks, and if you're watching this after, hopefully we made some good picks. So the main event, Song Yadong, Ricky Simone. I got Song on the money line, plus 110 for a unit. I just think he's the better striker on the feet. I think he can handle the wrestling, and 5 rounds is a long time to deal with that power from Song. He looked good through 4 rounds, at least like didn't fall off a cliff against Corey Sandhagen as far as the cardio goes. He's got solid takedown defense, solid wrestling overall. I think at plus money, you got to play it. What do you got?
Yep, I got a half unit on Song Yadong. Just because this is such a close fight that, realistically could go either way. So I just bumped it down to a half unit. But yeah, I like the power. I like the speed on the feet, man. Ricky Simone's not bad and he hits pretty hard, but I just think Song Yadong's on another level as far as the striking goes. And I think he's good enough in the grappling and defensive wrestling department to keep it on the feet. And if this is going to be on the feet for 5 rounds, it could be a long night for Ricky Simone.
Agreed. Kyle Bahalio and Mikey or Mihal Olashechek. What do you got?
So on this one, I laid off of this one actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, no way I'm gonna lay that price on Kaio
Yeah.
and Olajaychek, man. I just don't know if he's got the skill to keep it on the feet here. It just made me nervous all the way around. So it's one of those fights that you could put Kaio in a parlay, and then Olajaychek comes in and knocks him out in the first 2 minutes. So yeah, I laid off on this one.
Yeah, I took a little sprinkle on Olashechek round one at plus 1200 for a quarter a unit because I mean that's when he's dangerous. That's when he
Yeah.
gets the win. Is usually in that first round. And then I also took the under 2.5 rounds at minus 165 for a unit because I think Olashechek could get the finish. Barhalio could get the finish if it goes to the ground, which in all likelihood it will if it goes, into the second round, into the third round. So I took the under there. And then I took the under on Bahalio significant strikes under 30.5, which is now 28.5, but I would still take it at that.
Yeah.
Cody Brundage, Rodolfo Vieira. I guess this is part of the NHA play. So I got the under 30.5 significant strikes for Bahalio and the under 34.5 significant strikes for Vieira for 3.2x, 1.25 units. So we're going in on that one. Two grapplers that I think the fights will get finished. So I don't see him trying to throw too much with the hands. I like that a lot. Other than that, I got the under 2.5 in that fight in a parlay, but I don't have a side. So just some props in that one. What do you got?
Yep, I'm the same way. I've actually got 1.1 units, so 1.1 units to win a unit on the under 1.5. And if you look at Brundage's side, man, all of his fights seem to end really early in the first round. He does have some power, which I like. Taking the under, and if it goes to the ground, I think Vieira could. Well, I mean, finish this thing pretty quick. I mean, the dude is so deadly on the ground, and I don't think Brundage, once it hits the mat, is that good. I think he's a decent wrestler, but yeah, man. So, and if it plays out on the feet, I think they could both gas on the feet, or one of them could gas. Both of them don't have the best gas tank, and if one of them gasses, then the other one's live for a knockout or a submission. So I think it happens inside 1.5. And I've also got them in a parlay. I've got Hodolfo and Cody Brundage does not go the distance. Parlayed with Quinlan and Waters does not start round 3 at minus 121 for 2 units. I think that thing smacks. For 2 units, no problem. I don't see either of those fights going the full distance, let alone 3 rounds. So,
Yeah, that's kind of similar parlay. I got under 2.5 in the Quinlan Waters fight and the under 2.5 in the Vieira Brundage fight at
oh yeah,
minus 115 for a unit. So
like mines. I like that.
runs on that one. Who do we got? Julian Arosa, Fernando Padilla. I went with Arosa by decision at plus 300 for a quarter of a unit. Just a little sprinkle there. The line really moved in favor of Padilla. Arosa being kind of chinny. I like it if it goes to decision for Arosa to be the more active fighter on the feet and could mix in the takedowns. Padilla's never been finished. He's lost 4 decisions. Erosa has gotten his wins by decision as of late, so I'll take him by decision. Plus 300. Thought it was good enough to take a little stab at that. That's all I got. What you got?
Yep, I'm on Erosa too for 1.3 units to win 1 unit. And half of it's just fading the UFC newcomer. I mean, this guy, we've seen it time and time again. These newcomers are supposed to be really good. They come into the UFC and they just shit the bed and they don't look good at all. They don't look like they belong. I mean, we saw it with guys like Daniel Zellhuber, who is really good fighter on the feet. So Ricky Padilla, I watch him too, man. He's not like a strong guy. He's so skinny, and he's the same height as Julian Erosa. I think Erosa will be stronger, could kind of bully him in there if he wants to. Padilla on the ground does look pretty slick, but I mean Erosa's slick too, man. He has like 11 wins by sub in his professional career, and yeah, he gets chinned and he's been knocked out. But I don't know if Padilla's the guy to do that. I think Erosa's volume um, could just break him. I mean, the pressure alone, I think, is going to be on Erosa's side. So I like him for the pick here.
Waldo Cortez Acosta, Marcos Rogerio de Lima. You got anything on this one?
I got a DeLima KO prop plus 185 for a quarter of a unit. That's all I got.
I only sprinkled Cortez Acosta round 2 KO and round 3 KO at plus 900 and plus 1400. Just because I think if the fight goes longer, Rogerio de Lima could fall off if he goes for it in round 1. I also think it's solid live betting spot after round 1 to look at Cortez Acosta because he's got the volume. He's proven he can go 3 rounds. So if he doesn't get chinned on that first round, then look for him to take over.
Yeah, my whole thinking on that was I look at the leg kicks of like Chase Sherman and Vandera against Acosta, and they were chewing his legs up, and DeLima throws him hard. I feel like his hands could start falling in that first round when those leg kicks come, and DeLima could come over the top with something and catch him. If he does get the KO, I think it is early, so I had to sprinkle something.
Yeah, I wasn't confident enough in Acosta to take him on the money line. I just like the late finish. Quinlan Waters, I got Josh Quinlan in a parlay with Stephanie Egger at plus 111 for a unit. And then I got Josh Quinlan under 35.5 significant strikes because I think this one probably doesn't last very long. And then I got the under 2.5 in the parlay I already said, but I don't think it'll last very long. And I don't think Quinlan can hit Trey Waters 36 times and him not go down. So I think that under 35.5 is solid on Prize Picks. But yeah, just like violence in this one. I think with the short notice, should be all Quinlan, but 6'5", you never know. So what do you got?
Yeah, I got under 1.5 rounds for 1.1 units to win a unit. And basically, like you said, man, violence. Quinlan can crack. He's actually a black belt on the ground. He could find subs and Waters. Coming in on this short of notice, with nothing really to lose. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there in the first round and just empties the tank trying to find something and either finds a knockout or gets caught in the process. Neither one of these guys have ever been to a decision. Both of them hit hard. Waters fights with his hands down like Bobby Green, and Quinlan just cracks, man. So I like that a lot. And I'm on the same parlay as you. I actually got Stephanie Edgar and Quinlan in a parlay too. You got a little bit better odds than me. I got it at plus 105, but for a unit as well.
I like it. Martin Budai, Jake Collier. I got Budai on the money line minus 110 for a unit, and I got him under 65.5 significant strikes in for the Prize Picks play. I think he's going to have to wear on him if he wants to win, and I think he will in the smaller cage. He's done that twice in both of his Apex fights. Seems like in that big cage, he had a little trouble getting the other guy in close. So I think in the smaller cage, he should be able to wear on him. He's going to be the bigger guy. Like he's a little bit taller. I think he's a more natural heavyweight than Jake Collier. So I'll take him on the money line as well. What do you got?
Nothing on this one, man. I couldn't do it. It's just so low level to me. I was like, I just need to lay off this fight. I'm going to get myself in trouble betting on this one. So I laid it off completely.
Yeah, it could burn because it is low level heavyweights, but
I would lean Budai though, and with the pick for sure.
Cody Durden, Charles Johnson. I didn't play a side in this one. The only one I got is Charles Johnson under 63.5 significant strikes because I think Cody Durden is going to wrestle him. if he wants to win. He's not going to stand and strike with him. Charles Johnson, he's got some solid power when he's on the feet. He knocked out Jimmy Flick in the first round. I think he's coming in here swinging because it doesn't seem like he likes Cody Durden. Um, Durden has been submitted 3 times, so that's a route that Charles Johnson could take if he shoots. He did get cracked by Muhammad Makayev too, so yeah, I just don't see a path where Cody Durden allows him to get off that many strikes, and if he does, he could get finished. So that's the only thing I got on that one. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm actually I actually had to play Cody Durden money line just because there was a bunch of money coming in. You could tell like some big bets were coming in on him, and I thought maybe that was a side. So I got him at plus 125. I was a little late to the party. Like he was plus 160, plus 165, and I would have felt way better about my bet if I got it there. So it's only a 0.75 unit bet. But man, Charles Johnson fights so much, and I heard him talking in an interview that he was, wasn't 100% healthy and was injured going into that Ode Osborne fight, and that's why he gassed and didn't fight that well. And I mean that was only a month ago, so I don't know how if he's miraculously healed and 100% now with how active he is. Man, your body's taking so much wear and tear, and sometimes it needs a break, and he's not getting that at all. And Durden's just going to be relentless with the wrestling and high pressure, high volume. And Durden actually, like, he might not be super technical, but he can crack. I mean, he can.
Yeah.
If he lands big shots, he does some damage, and he uses them well to get in on the takedowns. So I'm hoping he mauls Charles Johnson here. I haven't been that impressed with Charles Johnson for whatever reason. But yeah, for that reason, I just got to put something on Cody Durden money line. And Charles Johnson burned me in his last fight. So
Yeah, Johnson's never been finished, but maybe Cody Durden's the guy to crack the
yeah,
chip. I mean, he's got a lot of finishes on his record too. I think the under 2.5 was, I almost took it because flyweights, these guys are pretty violent. Cody Durden, he's going to smother him, and
yeah.
Charles Johnson can get taken down. So not a bad play there. Stephanie Egger, Irina Alexieva. I got Egger inside the distance plus 130 for a half unit. And the parlay, which we already talked about. I think she probably gets this one done by submission, first or second round. Those judo throws, she's going to be going after those. And I took her under 30.5 significant strikes for prize picks play. She's just low volume on the feet. And I think she always goes for the clinch, judo throw, look for the sub, look for the ground and pound. So I don't think she's gonna want to stand and strike with Alexiva, who's actually very like erratic on the feet. She throws like weird kicks. She's gonna want to control her and get her, not being crazy. So I like the finish and the under on strikes. What do you got?
Yep, I'm on Edgar too. Inside the distance, I got that at plus 135 for a quarter of a unit, and I've got Edgar by submission at plus 250 for a quarter of a unit. And honestly, man, I don't know. I just have a feeling this girl is going to come in overrated. This Russian Ronda that she calls herself. I mean, we've saw it with. I don't want to say Jasmine Amorim was overrated, but sometimes they're overhyped, and they come into the UFC and they're not near as good as they looked when they're beating up low level competition. And I think this is exactly the case here. And I think Edgar is pretty good. I mean, I know she lost that armbar by Bueno Silva, but I mean her judo's good. She can toss girls around the octagon, and she's got arm bars on her resume. I think she's finished like what 7 of her last 8 fights or 8 wins or something. So I mean, she's got a
one win by decision. That's it.
yeah. So I mean, she's a finisher,
Yeah.
and not many girls are. So yeah, put her in there. I think she gets it done easily, and if she gets on top on the ground, I think she'll just wear her down until she finds a sub, and we're gonna cash right off the bat.
I like it. Journey Newson, Marcus McGee. Only one I got, or actually I got 2 plays on this one. I took a little sprinkle on McGee inside the distance plus 260 because he can crack, man. He throws hard. Journey Newson's been knocked out before. He's probably going to go for it. That's what I'm thinking. Like short notice, 3 days notice. He's kind of just got to go for it, and that's how he fights normally. So I also took the under 12.5 fight time on Journey Newson for prize picks, which was minus like 150, 160. So that was a solid price to pay there. because Journey Newson can put guys away too. I just don't see this fight lasting that long. Both guys are probably going to want to stand and bang, so one of them's going to fall. So that's what I got. What do you got?
No, I got nothing, but I'm excited. I'm actually excited to watch that fight. I'm excited to see this dude from the MMA lab where Sean O'Malley trains come in. He's a striker. Yeah, I'm excited to watch him come in, try to get a knockout.
Haley Cohen, Jamie Lynn Horth, first fight of the night. I got Horth moneyline minus 145 for a unit and Horth inside the distance at plus 260 for a quarter of a unit. I think she wins this fight. I think she can obviously finish her with the sub or a KO. I think she's pretty good, honestly. I think she's much better than Haley Cohen as far as skill wise, but it's women's MMA, so you never know. Tread lightly. I also got Haley Cohen under 60.5 fantasy score. She's now the underdog, so they usually only offer the favorites, but she was still up there. I haven't checked it in a while, but she might still be up there. Under 60.5 fantasy score. She's the underdog. If she does win a decision, she might not even rack up enough takedowns / significant strikes to get over that. So you get 25 for a decision win. I don't know if she gets over that, if she even gets a decision win. So if she loses, there's really no way she gets over that. So I'll take that under. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm on Horth moneyline too for a half a unit, just a half a unit because I mean it is women's MMA, but I mean look what happened with Lucy Padilla or Pudilova, not Padilla, Lucy Pudilova a few weeks ago. Takedown heavy. The judges don't like that stuff, and I think that's like Cowan's only game. And I think Horth has, she has a submission game. I think she'll have more volume on the feet, and she'll look better in this fight. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna fade the Haley Cowan, who's been cutting weight every other weight or cutting weight every other week, waiting for a fight, and it never happens. They've been canceled after canceled after canceled. So yeah, cutting weight that many times too can't be good on your body. Or I just don't think she'll be. I don't think she'll be that good in this fight. I like Horth to win it. So yeah, minus 150, half unit.
So overall, the prize picks plays, I got John under 63.5 significant strikes for Johnson, paired with under 65.5 significant strikes for Budai, 3x for a unit. Under 30.5 significant strikes for Stephanie Egger, paired with under 60.5 significant or under 60.5 fantasy for Haley Cowan, 3x for a unit. Under 35.5 significant strikes for Josh Quinlan, paired with under 12.5 fight time, Journey Newson, 33x for a unit. And then I threw all 6 of those in, 25x, quarter of a unit. We're going to hit that. We're going to sweep it. We swept prize picks in back-to-back weeks. I think in the last 4 weeks, we're like 14-1 in the last 4 weeks on prize picks. So hopefully we can keep it going there. That's all the plays. And we got 11 fights. Shout out to the people that stepped in on short notice to keep the fights. But looking forward to that. Appreciate all the support. And if you want to get the best odds tomorrow, if you're looking to place these bets, betopenly.com will be down in the description below. Till we see you in the recap video, the double leg signing out.